I want to tell you a couple of bad things about the Daytona, just in case you're considering purchasing the watch. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is an update video on my new Rolex Daytona, my Grail watch, would you believe. The reference number 126500LN, the latest model. This currently retails at 13,600 MSRP, and I paid way over that to get it. No BS. I bought it on the grey market for £20,650, which is £7,050 more than MSRP. I got it from a grey market dealer called Lee, who is based in Cardiff, would you believe, and the company is called Watches of the Vale. If you're interested, I did a collection video and I will put a link to that video in the description. I have titled this video as I'm going to wear my new Rolex Daytona like I stole it. And you could go, Brendan is so stupid. He paid way over MSRP. He didn't steal it. He was ripped off. And yet I wasn't, guys. I got the cheapest brand new Rolex Daytona in the world on the grey market. A watch I would never get from any AD in the United Kingdom without a massive buy history and about 50,000 dry hand jobs and multiple full gold Rolex watch purchases. And there's still no guarantee I would ever get this watch. Do you get me? I did a stonking deal on this watch. You Google what this watch goes for on the grey market and I beat the system with what I paid. I've noticed that Watches of the Vale are selling and buying very quickly. His margins are tight, but they are flying out the door. I think he's running a volume business and he is buying. He is desperate for stock. He's also selling at way below the gaggle. Is it the gaggle of grey market dealers? He had a 2025 same watch for, I believe, 21,995, and a grey market dealer elsewhere wouldn't come off 22,500. So they wanted £505 more than Lee was selling the watch for. And when I mentioned it to Lee, he was straight down at £21,750 immediately. Guys, if you want to get yourself a Rolex, beat all the BS, reach out to Lee at Watches of the Vale, and you won't be the first subscriber. Multiple subscribers have already been on to Lee and purchased watches since I put out my video on Tuesday. I'm going to wear this watch like I stole it for multiple reasons. First is, when this watch was originally purchased, the owner got it out of the AD unsized, left it in the box. Whether it was sized and it was put back together, I cannot comment. When I looked at the watch, I couldn't see any marks anywhere. And the first screw, I had to get help starting it. Lee was a lot braver than me. Second screw, no problem. I'm pretty sure the watch was never sized. Another interesting thing about this watch, I know which AD it came from, and I know the name of the guy who purchased the watch, and I also know that I am the second owner. I'm not counting Lee as the grey market dealer, even though he did actually own the watch. This watch was not on consignment. And I'm its last owner, I can assure you. Why pay way over MSRP and not wear the bloody watch? And I'll tell you why people do that. Because of greed and the sheer expense and the sheer trauma they may have gone through to get this watch if they're not a footballer or a high-rolling celebrity. Let's say Leonardo DiCaprio wants to get this watch. He makes a phone call to the AD and he gets a bump. And doesn't matter where you are on the list or how much money you spent, you have been bumped back. And that happens all the time. I go in there as a lottery winner, a high roller. I'm willing to buy 6 watches in under 6 months. You think I'm going to struggle to get you bumped back? So when they finally get the call for this watch and they pay $13,600 for it, and they figure out that they can make $7,000 profit on the grey market, 8 if they sell privately. If you sell your watch privately, you're in for a shock. Just get it sold to a grey market dealer. You're a lot safer. Or put it to a reputable grey market dealer on consignment. Again, you're a lot safer. And this is not a sales pitch. Lee prefers to buy the watches off you because dealing with a consignee is just another customer. It's another layer. It's another problem. He'd rather buy the watches off you. But a lot of people that want to squeeze the maximum amount of money out of these watches will just hold out, like the guy who wouldn't take my offer on the more expensive Rolex Daytona because of greed, pure greed. And then wear it like I stole it means exactly that. Maybe if I had got this watch from an AED and I knew the true value of it and I didn't pay that true value, I would be less inclined to wear it. Maybe I'd take it out once in a while just to protect my investment, but not Branny. No, this is not an investment. This is an asset that's going to get used. If it goes down in value because I wore it, I don't give a stuff. Hopefully, this video makes sense to you guys and gets you to realize, stop messing with ADs. Don't play their games. Literally tell them to stick it and go to the grey market. Find yourself a reputable dealer and just do it. Pull the trigger, guys. Pull double triggers and get the watch. How did I afford this watch? Very simple. I sold some of my watches to get this watch, and that's what you're going to have to do. If you see your dream watch, it just depends whatever watch it is. Maybe your dream watch is an Oyster Flex Daytona. Some of them are less on the grey market. I believe the Paul Newman is less on the grey market. Sad but true, the Paul Newman before the last price increase was 27 grand. Now it's 30. You know, they're getting too expensive. I think you can get them on the grey market for about 27. So if you see your dream watch and you can't afford it, take other watches, throw them into the pot, mix them around and leave with your dream watch, your Grail watch. You don't need 3 or 4 or 5 watches when you've got a Daytona. You don't need them. I am seriously thinking of getting rid of at least 4 or 5 of my watches to just enjoy life and enjoy my Daytona. The Daytona is so good, I might trade in a load of my watches to get an Oyster Flex Daytona and have 2 Daytonas, and I'm not making that up. I want to tell you a couple of bad things about the Daytona, just in case you're considering purchasing the watch. Hope that explains it. Right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next brand new video.